Last year I was named the non-drafting USA Triathlon Athlete of the Year, which covers the Olympic distance and the 70.3 and Ironman distance races that aren't drafting.
The difference between a drafting and a non-drafting race is just that in a non-drafting race you have to kind of do what they call a time trial format, where you just get down in your aero bars and just hammer it on your own. And there's rules where you have to stay a certain distance back from other athletes so you don't catch their slipstream or their draft. And they definitely watch that. I've been penalized a couple of times for getting too close. But in drafting, it's all about packing it up together. You get into each other's stream, and you just go so much faster that way. And that's more the kind of racing that I like, because you don't have to worry about staying a certain distance back.
When I went to, I qualified for the World Championships in duathlon, which triathlon is swim, bike, run. Duathlon is run, bike, run. And I qualified for the World Championships, which were down in North Carolina. And the race cost $300, so that was $300 out of my pocket. I didn't order my uniform until like 2 weeks before the race because I didn't have the money. And so to like go to bed at night knowing like you don't have everything prepared, and all your plans are based on like getting paid in the next day, and maybe getting paid late and not being able to do it, and I have to wait another day to like book the hotel. And a week before I had a really great workout here on the track, and then every day after that my legs felt terrible. So having the stress of knowing that I may not have rent by the end of the month, that I have to book our whole trip, and now my legs aren't feeling good, which for the biggest race of the year and really of my career for a triathlete, just going to bed at night was really tough.
So when I was 23, it's been about 10 years since I finished my treatment. I had Hodgkin's disease, which is cancer, and I had of the lymph system, and I had 6 months of chemotherapy. And then it just took me a while to recover from that. I wasn't able to do any exercise or anything really. And probably about 5 years after my treatment, I started feeling like I could do some stuff again. There was times when I couldn't even, I thought running 40 minutes was like the most I could ever do. So it's pretty amazing that I'm amazed at myself when I can actually run more than 40 minutes. I'm really thankful about that. But so I decided after about 5 years I'll try to get myself in shape again, and yeah, it took me about that long to sort of get going, and that was in like 2006 when I started to try to do triathlons.
It was tough to fall asleep knowing that I had so much riding on my shoulders, and this is not, I'm not saving the world, it's not, it's tough. It's like I can't complain because I'm doing something I love and I chose to do this, but it is really hard. It is really hard. And I went there and I ended up getting second in the world for amateurs, and I lost by 4 seconds. It came down to a kick, and the guy was just a better runner than I was. But I wasn't even able to enjoy it, unfortunately. Because I didn't know right away that I got second, and I didn't want to say I got second until I saw the results. So I woke up the next morning, I saw the results that I was second. And I had a slight reprieve when I got up on the podium and took the medal. The United States went 1-2, and finished second in the world. But as soon as I got done, in my head I was thinking, it's the end of the month and I'm about $300 short on rent.
And Beck helped me coach me and get me back into shape and teach me how to ride a bike and get on my bike, and she gave me her old bike. So I had a good mentor. But when I turned pro, actually Nike sort of found us, and they were interested in our story and included us in a couple ad campaigns, and then asked us to be part of the Livestrong team, which is really awesome because it's exactly what we like to do with our racing. We're raising awareness everywhere we go, and hopefully helping out other people that are affected by cancer.
I guess you could say it's about a typical ride that we go on. It was a little bit hillier than most rides because we were in the Catskills, obviously. But yeah, it was a good ride. I think we ended up riding 35, 40 miles.
You know, we'd like to do a lot of climbing, you know, because it makes us strong. You know, we weren't breathing too heavy, you know, going up, but it's what I think separates us from other athletes in other areas is it teaches us how to go hard on the bike quick. And it was really hot out. This is really, truly the first hot day. It was in the 90s, low 90s, high 80s, and, you know, some of us were suffering and we had to stop for water as well, but it was good. I think we burned like 1,700 calories. You know, so almost a daily requirement and just one training. And, you know, most of us trained earlier as well. So, you know, I got done and stuffed my face. At the last bit of my day, which is class, I take one class a week to, you know, keep going towards working on my master's. And then I'll go home and relax and go to bed. So, and repeat, wake up and repeat.
Justin is a phenomenal athlete. He's especially on the bike, he's really strong, and his running is right there where it needs to be. And if he stays healthy, he can. There's no limit, I would say, to how far he can go.
If anyone's well positioned to do it, he is. I mean, he's got a good situation. He's a hard worker. He's got the talent.
Justin is extremely talented. He comes from a running background, and I've heard his stories of how he started running in high school and was able to get really fast enough to get a college scholarship.
He's got the situation where he can put in, you know, whatever work he needs to do to, you know, make some kind of a living, and dedicate the rest of his life to doing, you know, to trying to become an Olympian.
Really, from a young age, I learned that there's no such thing as give up. You know, everyone feels down, everyone gets depressed a little bit, but if you give up, you're dead. You know, you're gonna have a much tougher time. So give up is not in my mentality. But you know, these days I look at my friends. You know, yeah, they have much more secure lives, but a lot of them are not as happy as I am. You know, I get on my bike, or I go into the jobs I'm working, and I just put a smile on my face because you know I'm pursuing a dream.